everybody to our first episode of Moon Diary Moments. It's a digital diary of the moon variety. We are here coming to you today talking about, we had 2 gigs just in a row on a Tuesday and Wednesday, so we're going to just go ahead and talk about them both here in the first episode.
Hi, Eva. She wants to be a part of this. So, the first one was on Tuesday. It was in Boulder, Colorado, at a place called The Local. I mean, it was a pretty low-key place. It was very nice and everything.
Yeah, it was kind of a bar, restaurant type of vibe.
Yeah, they had it was kind of like a cocktail bar vibe.
Bunch of TVs on the wall.
Yeah.
But it was a nicer dining area.
And that's where we were set up, was in the bar. So.
I'd say probably like a medium to small size, physical size. We got a parking spot right in the front, where it was close to the front entrance for our loading in purposes. So
which
that was kind of a good
always
omen.
A good omen, yes. We actually showed up, parked, started walking towards the building, saw that there was a spot right there, so we parked.
It was very serendipitous.
Yes.
But yeah, and then how did we book it?
We booked it by looking up places that have live music, and they were one of them. Yeah, we just sent them an email and gave them a little sample of our music, and they got back to us and found a mutual date, and here we are.
Yeah.
We got paid a humble amount for doing it.
Yeah. Felt like we were warmly received. I mean, there wasn't a lot of people there.
Yeah, it was a Tuesday night, so.
But there were a few, comings and goings of families and couples who were having dinner, basically.
Yeah.
It's like the dinner rush crowd, I guess.
We
and
did.
And then some people drinking at the bar.
Right, yeah. And we ended up having an interaction with someone that was there who was listening to the music, who was kind of hanging out at the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, came up to us in the middle of our set. And it was after our song Wild. And he said, hey man, I was listening to those lyrics, heard them, they were very intense. And then basically, told us to take more action.
He said, he said.
Oh, I mean, in general, we should all take more action, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it was very, that was a good sign as well that we kind of moved some people to, I mean, it's always interesting when someone comes up to you in the middle of your set and tries to, and starts talking with you because, you're at one point you're kind of like an artist who's up there trying to do your thing, but then also at another point you're on this independent level and you're just very accessible to everybody. People just can kind of come up and talk with you or mess with you or anything.
But they're listening, they're paying attention. They cared so much that they had to say something right at that moment. So it does hold that weight as well as kind of a good thing.
Yeah, it's nice to know, or we take it as we moved somebody to come and speak to us. So that was a nice little interaction as well.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess.
We want to give definitely a shout out to Nate behind the bar because he gave us the clear opportunity to get dinner to take home.
Yeah, basically put in our order at the last call of food. He remembered us.
Yeah,
so that was always nice.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt. And we were super grateful for it.
Totally.
You don't always get that, and when food is a part of your payment for playing somewhere, because that's the level that we're at right now.
You kind of feel obligated to
we want to get it most of the time, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Local in Boulder does have amazing burgers, I will say that.
Totally. Other than that, there's this older couple who stuck around for the end, and we talked with them for a little bit. They were very sweet, very complimentary to us and things like that. So
wished us well on our little mini tour that we're on right now.
Totally, yeah. I think that's probably about it for the Local, unless you have anything else.
Can't think of anything else.
Yeah, overall it was a good time. I'd like to go back maybe when it's a little bit more busy, but other than that, it was still a great time for the people who were there.
Yeah, and it's just the season to be chill. We're just coming out of winter.
Totally.
Just now entering spring, so people are slowly coming out of their caves and waking up.
Absolutely. So that was on a Tuesday night, and the next on Wednesday, and that was in Boulder, Colorado. Wednesday night, we in Colorado Springs, we had a show at Rico's Cafe.
Yes.
In Colorado Springs, and
that spot is unique because it's this cafe and wine bar, but it's in the middle of its sister stores, which are like a bookstore and a toy store, and then they have like a full restaurant. I won't say a full restaurant.
It's a pizza.
Small restaurant.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess they have pizza and sandwiches,
Like sandwiches
and salads
and
and
soups,
stuff.
but
yeah.
There's kind of these 3 or 4 little areas where
stores.
you don't have to like go outside to enter in. They're all connected on the inside, so you can kind of wander freely, and it creates a lot of like roaming traffic. You know, people will see you even if they're not hanging out at the wine and cafe place.
And it's a good location on the downtown scene too, as well. People foot trafficking around. So
yeah, it's on Tejon Street.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs. So
that one was a 3-hour set.
Yes.
The one at the local was a 2-hour set. But yeah, we still, you know, I think, how did we book that one?
Same thing.
I mean, reached out and
there's someone that we played for our very first year ever of music.
That's right, we had a connection
in 2019.
with them. Yeah.
So once they kind of got things going again after the pandemic, they just had, I guess, their roster of people to hit up, and we were lucky to be on that list.
Sure. Yeah. So it was like a combination of we hit them up earlier on and kind of made a connection with them, and then they hit us up. Yeah, that's right.
As far as parking goes there, we showed up in downtown Colorado Springs, and we used to live there for about 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And when we lived there, there were maybe some parking meters downtown. It wasn't every single spot, and after like 6 p.m. or something, it was free. So that like usually had us covered for any open mics or anything we were doing. But we showed up, and it was like all paid. Through like 10 p.m. So we're like, shoot, okay, I guess we'll pay for parking, we'll bite that bullet. And so we did, and it wasn't cheap. And then we came into the venue, met the person who was kind of one of the managers putting us all together, and we're like, hopefully you didn't pay for parking yet, here's a parking pass, you can like park in our back alley. So that was kind of unfortunate.
We were like, yes, totally.
We did already pay for parking, but we're going back there in a couple of weeks, so
it's good to know.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. That was a good vibe though. There was probably the same amount of people there as it was at the local, but it's a little bit smaller of a place, so it felt like it was filled up a little bit more, I feel like.
Yeah, but everyone there at Rico's seemed a little bit more like interactive, like before more anyone engaged, left, more engaged is good. Yeah, they were very audible about like expressing their gratitude for the music and stuff like that. Even if it was just a small like, oh, thank you, like on the way out. So that was nice, you know, because like you said a minute ago, like we're just at the level where, yes, we're here, we're playing live music, but there's breaks in between the songs, and we're just very accessible.
Yeah, people can just kind of like
connect with each other.
Talk to you, and they do, for sure. Yeah, we had this. There's this older couple sitting right, you know, very intimately close to how we were playing, and you know, we struck up a conversation with them several times.
They were sweet because we tried to record our set at Rico's, and within, I think it was like the second song, maybe third song, our whole tripod and cell phone just completely fell over, and it was very obvious. It was very loud, it felt like, and that couple that you're talking about tried to pick it up and set it back up for us, and it was super sweet.
Yeah.
So we ended up talking with them on a break, and super supportive, and just totally dug the vibes, and so it was a warm evening, I'll say.
Definitely.
Staff was nice too.
Yeah. I can't think of anything. I mean, there's you know, I think at one point we brought this one lady to tears. So it was a very intimate set, I would say. You know?
Yeah, intimate is a really good word.
It was a lot more intimate, and local was a lot more like...
It was a little bit more like background music style.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're here, but only to enhance your evening, not to be like the focus of it.
Right.
Which, you know, it is what it is. That's just how it is where we're at right now.
Sure. Yeah.
I know we need the... one thing that I will say about Rico's is their back little patio is so magical, and it was a little obviously chilly to be hanging out there. So I hope that later on, whenever we come back, coming in like April and September, hopefully one of those will be good enough to play outside because it's beautiful.
Yeah. The staff was really nice as well, so I guess my shout out both times or our shout out to the local and to Rico's to the staff. Maybe.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
you don't get that
nice.
everywhere you go. You know?
I mean, it's just it makes it a lot easier, I guess, you know.
Yeah, you feel welcome. You don't feel like you're a burden.
Yeah, totally.
You feel like they're excited that you're there, which reminds you how excited that you really are to be there.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I guess that does it for our first episode of Moon Diary Moments.
Yeah, should we say something like, up next we're going to be playing at Christo's Coffee in Erie, so stay tuned. We'll try to share some of our experiences from that.
Sure.
Just something like that. Or
sure.
lead into the next maybe.
Do like a wrap up.
Yeah, some kind of wrap up. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So
well,
we have a
that's it.
week.
Yeah, for our first episode, that concludes it. Yeah, we'll catch you soon, sometime on the live set or back here at the YouTube channel. If you like what you hear, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Bye, guys.